talking to Mr. Prakash Singh in the playlist Going Strong. In your article, you have mentioned that Mr. Rajesh Pilot was one occasion when he was the Minister for Internal Security in the Union Cabinet, but otherwise, except for that, it has been handled by and has been part of the Home Ministry. What do you think is the reason that the experiment, if I can say, or the practice of Mr. Rajesh Pilot was not repeated, has not been repeated?
I would be inclined to think that the Home Minister himself is not willing to share internal security with another minister, because internal security means very important.
Yes.
I mean, you are dealing with Kashmir, we are dealing with Northeast, you are dealing with the Naxal problem, you are dealing with terrorism, and all these the hot issues which are day-to-day news. So once that goes out of your table, you are left with certain matters of a routine nature, dealing with the police and armed forces, about their supplies, their equipment, their medals, and those things remain with you. Even that is pretty heavy, but I think everyone wants to wield power and nobody wants to shed it. So the Home Ministers probably don't want to.
The notion of holding on to power is much more than it outweighs the responsibility part of heavy responsibilities.
Yes, I think internal security is a very heavy responsibility by itself, and it requires full-time attention by any minister.
Would you like to give some indication as to where does the power flow from this?
Power flows actually from the Prime Minister, but once the Prime Minister...
For the Home Minister.
For the Home Minister, you see, for J&K, he will take all the important decisions, like he took the decision, each was implemented through him, abrogation of Article 370, what is to be done in Manipur. He was one of the first leaders to be sent to Manipur, and he held sort of dialogue with the different groups. So, he is the key man for tackling the main internal security issues which are bedeviling the country and the security forces.
Would you like to further elaborate it that the desire to hold on to power sort of outshadows the heavy responsibility but for power with regard to Manipur or J&K, the two factors that you mentioned?
It is power and it's also policy.
Yes.
Major policy decisions will have to be taken in these matters, and the Home Minister probably thinks, or maybe the Prime Minister also thinks, that these should not go down below the level of a Home Minister. Because about Kashmir, what decision is to be taken, what policies are to be pursued, about Northeast, there are so many different groups, what policy in Nagaland, what policy in Manipur, what policy in Tripura, what policy in Mizoram, all that is major policy decisions have to be taken, and if the Home Minister is a man of great confidence of the Prime Minister, I think the Prime Minister would not like, and the Home Minister would also not like to shed that part of the baggage to another minister.
Yeah. Moving on, within this question, how would you recall the tenure of Mr. Rajesh Pilot? Did it sort of leave some good practices, good impressions? How did he handle, how was he as a Minister for Internal Security?
I had occasion, when I was serving at that time, and he was a very dynamic minister, in the sense that, he was on tour all the time, and he was visiting all the trouble spots once, twice, thrice, and he was very mobile, and he was very receptive to ideas, he was open to discussions, he was open to corrections, and it was very easy conversing with him, talking to him, giving him ideas, and he really, and whatever solutions or whatever suggestions he finally came up with on the basis of what we talked to him, I think that was the best policy.
And he was fast in taking decisions.
He was good in taking decisions. He was a very pleasant man all round, I would say, full of youthful energy and very clear-headed and very patriotic and committed to the country.
Thank you very much. This would give an indication, some idea to the future politicians who are clamoring for that post, and our conversation shall continue. Please watch for the next video.